Hello friends, this is class 6th English revision lecture. Means in today's class we are going to do revision. In revision we are going to cover two chapters or two topics of honeysuckle. Number one is lesson 4, an Indian American woman in space, Kalpana Chawla, and thereafter poem 4, beauty, and one chapter of grammar, that is lesson 7, auxiliary and modal verbs. Points to be covered in today's class means the topics which we are going to do in today's class are summary of lesson 4 with some important questions and their answers will be told. Then summary of poem 4, beauty, with some important questions and their answers based on this poem will be told. Thereafter explanation of lesson 7 of grammar, that is auxiliary and modal verbs, will be done. And at last homework will be assigned. Summary. Born in Karnal means Kalpana Chawla was a woman who was born in Karnal, Haryana. She was known as Indian American woman because she was a naturalized US citizen and she married to flight instructor Jean Pierre Harrison. If we talk about her studies, she did a lot there. She did Bachelor of Science degree in Aeronautical Engineering against great opposition from her father. She even went for a master's degree to the United States of America. Later, she earned her PhD in aerospace engineering. And she got selected by NASA in 1994 for training as an astronaut. Next is first space mission. Kalpana's first space mission in the Space Shuttle Columbia was 15 days, 16 hours and 34 minutes long. It means it is approximately 16 days long. During this time, she went around the earth 252 times, traveling 10.45 million kilometers. A news made everyone shocked. On the Saturday night when the news about the Columbia disaster broke, means when the news came, there was shock and disbelief. People couldn't believe that Kalpana Chawla was going to lose her track. The words of a journalist. There was a journalist who wrote about Kalpana Chawla that she was a heroine. It takes enormous ability to become an astronaut. You need to know a lot about everything from biology to astrophysics to aeronautical engineering. In this age of super specialization, you must have encyclopedic knowledge to be an astronaut. Her achievement is awe-inspiring. Means these were the words of a journalist for Indian American women, Kalpana Chawla. If we talk about her message, which she delivered, which she gave from her space shuttle only, the message was for her students, for her college students in Chandigarh. The path from dreams to success does exist. May you have the vision to find it and the courage to get onto it. Wishing you a great journey. Before she died or before she lost her track, she gave this message to the students of Chandigarh of her college. Question answers. First question says, what was Kalpana Chawla's achievement? Its answer, Kalpana Chawla's great achievement was that she was selected to go into space. Her achievement was awe-inspiring. So these types of questions can be there in your test. Question number 2. What is a space shuttle? Name the shuttle which took Kalpana in space. So, the answer of first question, what is a space shuttle? Space shuttle is a spacecraft. It can be used for space travel more than once. It is unlike a rocket. Kalpana took in space the shuttle named Columbia. Now, we shall do question number 3. How did Kalpana Chawla meet her end? When did this tragedy in space take place? Its answer: Kalpana Chawla went up in a space shuttle along with 6 other astronauts. On Saturday, February 1, 2003, the shuttle Columbia broke apart and all the 7 members on board were killed. Question number 4. What do you know about Kalpana Chawla's education? How did she become an American citizen? Its answer: Kalpana Chawla graduated from Tagore School. She got a Bachelor of Science degree in Aeronautical Engineering. She then went to the USA to earn her PhD. She became a naturalized US citizen after her marriage with Harrison, that is Jean Pierre Harrison. He was an American guy. Question number 5. What do you learn about Columbia from the lesson you have read? What was its final fate? Columbia was a space shuttle. It carried Kalpana and 6 other astronauts. It went up in flames over Texas on the return journey. On February 1, 2003, all the 7 on board lost their lives. Now, we shall do question number 6. Kalpana Chawla was a heroine. How did a journalist support his statement? Kalpana Chawla was a heroine. She was born in a small town of Karnal. But she was a genius. She became an astronaut. She had an encyclopedic knowledge of so many subjects. She made a great achievement. Now, students, we shall begin with poem 4, Beauty. I shall tell you the summary of this poem. Beauty is everywhere. Here, in this poem, the poet E. A. Shure says that the beauty is everywhere. Beauty is in everything, wherever we can see. Beauty is in the eyes of beholder. Beholder means who looks at anything. Means beauty is in our eyes if we are looking at anything. That depends on our attitude, that how do we look at that very thing. Our positive attitude makes the things beautiful around us. So, if we have positive attitude and if we are looking, searching for something good in someone, definitely we will search or find that particular good thing. But if we are looking for the negativity, we will get the negativity only. So, the beauty is in the eyes of beholder, and our positive attitude makes the things beautiful around us. Beauty can be seen. Have you ever thought of that beauty can be seen? Yes, beta, it can be seen. Beauty can be seen in the growing corns, people who are working and dancing for getting good harvest, Beauty is not only seen but can also be heard. Means beauty can be heard also. For instance, when night falls, wind blows slowly, the sound of rainfall, or when a singer sings, beauty can be heard at that time. Beauty can be felt in ourselves. What does that mean? Beauty is not just outside, it is within. Beauty is in our good deeds, in our happy thoughts, when we please everyone. That is beautiful. Our dreams are so beautiful, means in work and even in rest, beauty can be felt. Our dreams are also beautiful as they give us reason to advance and work with zeal. Beauty is in your style of work, means in everything, everywhere you can feel, see or hear beauty. Now students, we shall do the question answers of beauty poem. How can beauty be seen? See, beauty can be seen in the growing cones, people who are working and dancing for getting good harvest. In that way, beauty can be. Question number 2. How can beauty be heard? Beauty can be heard in many ways. When night falls, wind blows slowly, the sound of rainfall, or when a singer sings. In these ways, beauty can be heard. Question number 3. How can beauty be felt? Means beauty can be felt also when we give pleasure to the mind. We feel happy. Our good deeds make us feel happy. Happy thoughts please everyone and everything. All these things are beautiful. Our dreams are also beautiful as they give us reason to advance and work with zeal. Now, we shall begin with grammar. Lesson 7. Auxiliary and modal verbs. Auxiliary verbs or auxiliaries are helping verbs used with other verbs to form tenses, passive voice, questions, negatives, etc. Also, auxiliaries are used to express meanings like ability, permission, possibility, and necessity. Be. Is, am, are three forms of be. Have, has, have, had are forms of have. Do. Do, does, did are forms of do. Can, could, may, might, will, would, shall, should, must, ought to. These all are auxiliaries. Need and dare are sometimes used as auxiliaries also. Uses. Auxiliaries come before the subject in questions and can be put before note. For examples, Vivek is learning his lesson. This is assertive sentence. If we say Vivek is not learning his lesson, this is negative sentence. And if we say is Vivek learning his lesson, this is interrogative sentence. The auxiliaries be and have are used with ordinary verbs to form tenses. For examples, he is reading his lesson. This is present continuous tense. If we say they have completed their work in time, this is present perfect tense. The auxiliary be is also used to make passive forms. Now, how do we make passive forms? The lesson is learnt by him. The food was cooked. The auxiliary do is used to form questions and negatives in the simple present and simple past tense. For examples, if the sentence is she sings melodiously. See beta, these types of questions can be there in your test also as well as in your assignment. The positive sentence or assertive sentence can be given to you and you may be asked to change that particular sentence into negative or interrogative sentence. So our assertive sentence is she sings melodiously. This is assertive sentence. If we frame its negative, it will be she doesn't sing melodiously, and its interrogative sentence will be does she sing melodiously? Now modal verbs. We often use modal verbs to talk about ability, permission, necessity, etc. Each modal verb has more than one use. I repeat, we often use modal verbs to talk about ability, permission, necessity, etc. Each modal verb has more than one use. After modal verbs, we use the base form of ordinary verbs. Ought is an exception. We use ought with the to infinitive. Now, uses of can. Can is used for ability. For example, he can speak 5 languages. I can solve all the sums of chapter 1. So this is the ability that he can speak 5 languages. Or I can solve all the sums of chapter 1. This is ability. Can. Its use number 2 is permission. Means can is used for permission. For example, can I use your phone? You can go now. Means for granting and seeking permission we use can, but that too in informal manner. Means when we seek or grant permission from our friends we use can. Next, number 3 use request. Can I have a glass of water please? Can you get me a ticket? Next, we use can to offer something to someone. Like, can I help you? Can I help you carry the bags? Could is used. Now, it is the turn of could. We are doing the uses of could. It is used for ability. I could swim when I was 7. My little cousin could eat 4 chapatis at a time in his childhood. Now, it is the past ability of can. When we use the past ability, we use could. Could is also used for request. Could you get me a ticket? Could you please give me that notebook? So this is the request, polite request. For that we use could. May. Now we are doing the uses of may. Number 1, may is used for permission. For formal permission, when we seek or grant permission in formal manner, like from our teachers, our parents, or our elder ones. Number 1, you may use my computer. Number 2, may I come in? Number 2, use of may is possibility. He may come today. I may call my friend tomorrow. There is a possibility, but here no promise is there. So we use may. Next, might. Might is past of may. For example, I thought that he might have completed his work. Will. Will is used in future. Perhaps it will rain tonight. He will come at my house. Here, the uses of will and shall will remain same as we do in tenses. For future action, we use will. We use will for request also. Will you give me lift? Next is would. Would is used when we offer something to someone. Would you like a cup of coffee? There we use would. Next is request. Would you lend me your camera? Means for polite request we use would. Next, we are doing the uses of shall. Shall is used in future action. I shall see him tomorrow. Shall is used to offer something to someone also. Shall I carry the bag for you? Next is shall. We use shall for suggestion. Shall we go to the beach? Next is should. Should is used for necessity. You should apply for the job. Next, must. Must is used, it is also used for necessity. I must get up at 5 tomorrow. Next, must is also used for certainty. She must be at home now. Next, ought to. Ought to is used for necessity. You ought to obey your parents. Next is now. This is the time to assign you homework. Solve the assignment based on lesson 4, An Indian American Woman in Space. Kalpana Chawla, poem 4, Beauty, and lesson 7 of grammar, auxiliary and modal verbs. There will be test after giving this assignment, means after doing this assignment, today's assignment, then I'll give you one more assignment, and then there will be test on 10th July. There will be your question answers, word meanings, frame sentences, and questions based on auxiliary and modal verbs as well, that you have to prepare. Today's assignment will be uploaded on EdQuark, that you are supposed to do today and send me by tomorrow till 8 am. Then its solution will also be uploaded. You may check your assignment from that. You may tally that assignment whether it is correct or not. Wherever it is incorrect, you may correct that. Then one more assignment will be uploaded, and thereafter on 10th July there will be your test. Thank you. Thank you so much. I hope you all are doing your work well and regularly. I repeat, regularly must be maintained. Thank you.